Loretta Swanson, Mason County Public Works. And Commissioners, as you're aware, we've had flooding in the Skokomish Valley, as you can see from a lot of folks attending this morning. And we're anticipating flooding again. We've got more rain to come. And so I would like to take a moment to share with you our most recent closure and communications, and also to take a moment to remind folks to sign up for various alerts that we have available to help prepare and get ready for the next flood event. Perhaps folks have heard about AlertSense, which is a method of receiving texts or email messages alerting residents of closures of the Skokomish Valley Road. The Emergency Management, Mason County Emergency Management, also has the Mason County Facebook page, All Hazards News, and that is a method for communicating what the most recent information is within the valley. And then a third way to receive information that I find very helpful is I also subscribe to USGS's Water Alert, and maybe perhaps many of you do that as well, because that's kind of an early action way of understanding. You can get hourly text messages and emails as well that notify you what the gauge level is within the valley. So that is a constant reminder, an hourly reminder, if you will, of what that what the flood stage is. So those are three ways that I would like to continue to remind people to help be aware and prepare for road closures. As you know, the flood stage is 16.5 feet, and so that's kind of our first alarm, if you will, that all right, things are happening. And that would be a good time to think about what your shelter plans are, making sure that medication, animals, people, food, all those good basics are taken care of, and be planning to either shelter in place or to evacuate the valley. So that's kind of a good first warning. And then, like I said, if you were subscribing to the alerts, that can help you monitor where we're at on the flood stage. Just a quickie recap of what happened. On January 30th at 9 a.m., Mason County All Hazard News posted an alert that the river was at flood stage and shared reminders about evacuation and shelter-in-place planning, and provided some links to resources. On January 31st at 2 p.m., the Valley Road was closed. At that point, the gauge reading was 17.19 feet, and by dark, the gauge was at 17.33. And we take road closures very seriously. We want to make sure that the traveling public are safe, and we want to make sure that our folks are safe and emergency responders are safe as well. And it's very important to mind the road closure signs. On February 2nd, around noon, I believe, the road was reopened, and at that point the gauge reading was about 17.15. We may also have questions about some road work that we're planning to do at the DIPS location. So Mason County and the Mason Conservation District have been working together to design improvements there at the dip that would elevate the road and allow for passage to get out and up Eels Hill. And where we are right now on that project is that we are currently in the design phase and beginning project permitting. Construction funds are programmed for the summer of 2022. So unfortunately, we've got another couple wet seasons to go through before that project is under construction. And I think that is about it. Ross, from Emergency Management, do you have anything to add or share or correct if I got messed up?
Thank you. Thank you, Loretta.
Hello, I'm Ross McDowell from Emergency Management. What I would like to talk about is a little bit about how this emergency alert system, how we get this information out to you guys. Once we receive the information from Public Works that we actually, before that, we put out a lot of stuff that comes out about weather. A lot of people don't pay attention to what we put out about weather because it's sort of like we put so much out that burns people out, and they're just like, yeah, we know it's raining, get to the point. Well, to the point is we look at the river gauges, and all you folks that live out there understand when 16.5 happens, it's different every time at 16.5. The river's in different locations because when I came here, I was amazed that I'd never seen a river without banks. Your river doesn't have banks there, okay? So when you're driving in the dips, you're lower than the river itself. And that just puzzled me from the get-go, and it still does at this point. But at 16.5, we know that there's possibility that the water can be in places that it wasn't the last time it was 16.5. It just fluctuates so much. So at 17.1 is usually when Public Works starts saying, okay, we're gonna have to look at this seriously. Is it gonna keep going up? If it is, we have to close the road. Once they do that and make that decision to close the road, they contact us at Emergency Management. They also contact Green Diamond. They also contact MACECOM to let them know. MACECOM is the 911 center for them to know. But when they do that for us, we automatically send out an alert sense. And that's why I'm going to be pushing for people to get onto the alert sense so that we can get that information to you. It's a lot easier because we will send it out either by text, by email, by voice to your phone. We have all the landlines already, so if you have a landline, you probably are already getting these alerts. But if you have a cell phone, we don't have your cell phone numbers, so we need your cell phone numbers for us to send them out. And if you're like me, I only use a cell phone at my house. I don't have a hard line, so we're missing a lot of people. We have 76, I believe is the number, yeah, 76 hard lines, copper wire lines out there. I only have 25 people signed up for cell phones. And I know there's a lot more than 25 people out there. So we're really gonna be doing a push. While I was talking to Justin, one of the things I am gonna be doing is we're gonna get our volunteers to go out house by house and drop off the form. I mean, that's the best we can do. If you don't wanna sign up for it, I can't force you to, but I'm asking you, please do, because we'd love to get that information to you. We also contacted, as Loretta said, on our Facebook, which is the Mason County All Hazard page. We put it onto there. We also put it onto the county's webpage. We also put it onto the BOCC's webpage, or BOCC's Facebook page. And then we contacted both schools. We contacted we contact the Shelton School and we contact the Hood Canal. Because we want to make sure, because it's usually going to happen when the kids are away, and then all of a sudden you got to make plans on how we're going to get the kids home. Okay, so we want to make sure that they understand what's going on for their bus service. Once again, Public Works contacts MACECOM. They posted on their page. They have a page that is on the actual county's webpage that's actually called Road Closures and Restrictions, where it'll say it on there. They will post the onto the hotline. There's a phone number, which is 360-427-8434 is their hotline, where it lists all the roads that are closed. And then they also contact Green Diamond. And we have some DEM partners that do help with this of getting that information out. One of them is sitting over here is Matt Wielander. You probably all know Chief Wielander. He helps us out quite a bit with that. And then MACECOM also puts it out on their Facebook, which they have somewhere around 6,000 people that follow them on their Facebook. So the issue is all these are after it's closed. The only thing that we can do is if we get the information soon enough from Public Works, we can get that information, and we'd like to get you as much time as possible to get you out of there or to go out and get supplies you need and get back in before that road is closed. We have been working on that. We put one out that we were told at 7 in the morning they're going to close at noon. We put it out at 7 in the morning that it was going to be closed at noon. And that day ended up being a really nice day, and we didn't have to close it that day. So we kind of felt bad. It's like, well, we're going to be, pardon the expression, damned if you do or damned if you don't on that one of, yeah, we're anticipating this to happen, but then it changed on us. So we're going to try to give you as much lead time as we can from us getting those notifications to get them out to you. So I'm begging you to please get onto that alert, since that's the easiest way for us to make sure that we can get that information to you. So that's my plea to everybody, if we could. Yeah.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I just could, I do have a couple of questions, mostly for Loretta, for clarification for the group. So the project that we're working on to improve the dips, you said programmed for 2022.
Correct.
Is that because of the federal dollars that are involved?
Yes.
So for everybody's sort of just kind of knowledge on that project, a year or two ago we received $1.6 million from the federal government as part of the Federal Lands Access Program in order to do this project, because it's a critical access point for the National Forest. And so roads are pricey and expensive to build and design, and so we can't do it without the federal money, and the federal government hasn't released that money until 2022. That's the holdup on that side. And so we're continuing to work with our congressional delegation to try and move that up, as we are with the other projects that are in process in the Skokomish Valley that we've been working on with both the Skokomish Tribe, the Mason Conservation District, and the Army Corps of Engineers. That's a project that you've been hearing about for a long, long time. We're currently working through that and trying to secure that funding as well long term. So there's a lot at play here that goes beyond what we're capable of in the county in terms of paying for the road work. And so if you're interested in helping get the message out to our congressional delegation to help release that money faster, would appreciate your support on that. That's something that as a commission we're actively trying to do, so we would appreciate your help on that. That's one part. That was not so much a question as it was just a comment. Question though, so we know what the evacuation routes are out of the valley. We know we've had a slide on the 800 road, and I know Patty Case is here and she may have an update for folks when we get to the public comment period, but I also know that there was a slide recently on Ills Hill Road. Is that the case? And where are we with that?
That is correct. And so the slide was downslope of the road, and the road is functioning at this point. The slide had impacted or blocked access to the hatchery itself, and we've been coordinating with the hatchery folks on that business. But we will have a repair, a very hefty repair to perform on Eels Hill Road, and we're estimating that to be around the $100,000 range at this point.
Okay, thank you.